Hey guys, it's Sarah Molnar, your Team Beachbody coach and NCCPT personal trainer. I promised you a video about protein, and here it is. So, there's a lot of different studies and information that you hear all about protein. So I'm going to try and make it as easy as possible for you to understand. So, protein is something that keeps you full. Protein is something that we need to increase body weight. There's a lot of reasons that we incorporate protein into our diet. But what's happening is people are over-consuming protein, thinking, well, I'll eat protein over carbs and I'll lose weight. Yes and no. Because when you eat too much protein, it turns to fat. If you don't, not turns to, it's not like, woo, protein turning to fat. But your body doesn't use it all so that it's an excess of calories so you don't lose weight. So if you are the average person, just everyday person eating, you want to have about 0.5 to 0.7 grams of protein for your body weight. So you can figure that out. Now, if you're looking to really improve your body and tone up, lose weight, build muscle, that's when you really want to get up to 1 gram of protein per body weight. So if you're 139 pounds, you want to look to have almost 139 grams of protein. Now, this is where it gets tricky. You want to be able to space that out appropriately throughout the day. So, because your body can only absorb so much protein at one sitting. It's not like you can eat 50 grams of protein and be like, jack up. It's not how it works. You have to slowly incorporate it throughout your day. It'll keep your blood sugar stable. After a workout, have that protein and carb, but no fat, because you want to get that protein and carb, that glycogen, to your muscles as soon as possible. The fat slows it down. So having a protein, carb, and fat for breakfast is great because it's slowing the digestion down, keeping you fuller. But after a workout, you want it to go right to your muscles to heal it so that you can rip it apart the next day to build it. So when you think of muscle, I want you to think of it as kind of like a parallel muscle. When you are weight training and you really fatigue it, I'm not talking, oh, I'm tired, I gotta stop. I'm talking to the point where you're shaking and it's burning. What you're doing is screwing up all the muscle fibers. So you're ripping them apart. When you eat properly, when you rest, because if you don't get enough sleep, this will not happen. And when you're properly hydrated, it's kind of like you're putting them back together after you've stretched, putting them back together. But now you've built some muscle. So now it's here. Then when you do it again, you gain a little bit more. That's why like a pound of fat is like this much and a pound of muscle is this much. It's more dense. Denser? It's more dense. Sorry, that was my grammar there. So muscle doesn't weigh more than fat. It's just more dense. So yes, you can be 139 pounds, in a size 4, and while somebody who is, 120 pounds is in a size 4. That's why I always say, the scale doesn't really matter. It's really about how you're built. So stop worrying too much about the scale and worry about your clothes. That's what we focus on in my accountability group. We do weigh-ins, but so many people say, well, I only lost 3 pounds in 1 week. And I'm like, that's 3 pounds. But still, and then they'll say, well, my clothes are looser. I'm like, isn't that what really matters? Because you're not walking around with something on you saying how much you weigh. You're not even showing it in your clothes, but when your clothes fit better, you walk around, you hold your head a little higher, you feel good about yourself. So that's how Shakeology comes in, because people are like, well, I can get 30 grams of protein for $30, and that's that's cheaper than getting the Shakeology. Stop. You can also get a pair of jeans at the local thrift shop, that are, Jordache, that are okay, or you can go to a department store and get a really nice pair of fitting jeans. You get what you pay for. You've heard that before. It's the God honest truth. So the difference of eating, the 30 grams of protein versus the Shakeology. So here's the comparison. You could have a big chunk of chuck roast, and that has 30 grams of protein in it, okay? And that's your meal. That's your meal. I got my protein in. Or you can have a slice of filet mignon, because it's top quality beef, in my opinion, and a whole plate of fruits and vegetables from all over the world, 70 of them. So, do you want a piece of raw beef, or do you want good meat with all the nutrition in it? That's the difference. People are so focused on protein that they're not thinking of what is in the protein powder. They're just like, well, I see protein, so they have their blinders on. Yes, Shakeology has protein in it, absolutely, but it has all this nutrition surrounding it. That's why I want you to look at it. So when you compare protein to protein, you really can't. You have to look at whey protein isolate. That should be the top quality protein, or an oat protein, or a pea protein. Those are the top quality ones, especially if you're vegetarian. So stop looking at the price of it and this is how much protein it is, and start looking at what's in this. Because when you put good nutrition in your body and you're working out and you're trying to be healthier, somebody had just posted on a page, nothing tastes as thin feels. And I hate that comment. Like, who cares if you're thin if you don't feel good? Like, go ahead and walk around feeling like, ooh, I'm thinner than everybody else. It's about being healthy and strong, about feeling like you could take on the world, you can run with your kids, you feel good, because at the end of the day, when you're 62 and so thin, but you have no energy because you've never properly nourished yourself with the food going into your body, what good is it? It's not about quantity of life, it's about quality. Because who wants to spend the last 20 years of their life debilitated and not feeling good? That's why when people say, well, I'll die when I die. Well, that's true, but what if you lived those last 10 years just completely miserable, unhealthy, you just don't feel good? That's what I want you to focus on, nutrition. So when you look at protein versus protein, stop turning around the label. And you know me, I'm always telling you to turn that product around. But stop looking just at the protein, because it could be a lot of filler stuff like whey protein concentrate. It could be milk protein. It could be casein protein. Those are the words you want to look for. So that's why I stand behind Shakeology, because yes, it has the whey protein isolate, but it also has all that superfood nutrition going into your body. Yes, eat your fruits and vegetables. This isn't a replacement, but who eats 70 superfoods from around the world every single day? We just don't. The American diet has really just plummeted, and we need to get the nutrition in so we feel good. And so many people will say to me, you're a superwoman. I don't know how you have all this energy. And I don't know, because I put good into my body. I put treats in too, but I put good into my body. And when I don't have that Shakeology for breakfast, I was just telling another coach this, I feel like I'm like, ooh. Like, it just gives you that, it's like your body craves that nutrition to just keep going. Just like a car can't go if you don't put gas in it. Same thing. So when you look at protein, that's what I want you to remember. Just because you're putting the protein into your body and you think, oh, I'm going to add more, or I'm going to add another scoop of protein. Bodybuilders do that. There's nothing wrong with it because they need to. They need to build the muscle. Most women cannot get huge muscles unless they train very, very heavy with short reps and increase their protein tremendously. This is not the average person, okay? The average person who's looking to, tone up, look fit, yes, you need to weight train. When you have muscle, you're like a constant treadmill in your body. You're just burning. So you have to eat. You have to eat. Gosh, I can't believe how much I have to say that in my accountability groups about eating. So focus on the protein, focus on the good stuff. I hope you guys have a happy, healthy day.